Here we are, the second day of the European Athletics Championships, and the men's 100 metres is supposed to be the highlight of the evening. It was supposed to be Britain against France, which it was, but...
Well, Lemaitre won, which is an amazing achievement for him, but it was the wrong Brit got a medal.
But we couldn't be happier.
I'm over the moon. Mark Lewis-Francis has been the athlete who's, like, he promised so much as a junior, and he never really delivered anything. And okay, it's only on a European level, but even so, he is so happy, so happy. He said he's the happiest man in the world, and I'm really happy for him.
We're so happy for him.
Couldn't be a better result. And the 100 metres, it's always the event that's built up into like the major event of a championships, and you had 4 people on 10:18 the same time.
We didn't know the result for like 10 minutes or so. It just sort of sat there, didn't it? And no one knew quite what had happened. But we got a sneaky preview, didn't we, to find out. And when that made my night. It was brilliant. So it's actually been quite a busy night tonight. It was a busy night.
You've had the throws on. Charles Freitag won the hammer, and Vizzoni got a silver to match his hair because he's getting on, and he got a silver at the Olympics. I think it was long. I can't even remember when it was so long ago. So that was a really good result.
The women's discus.
Well, Perkovic won, which was kind of predictable.
It was predictable right up to the last throw. Nicoletta Grassu was winning. I wanted her to win. Happened last year as well. She was leading right to near the end of the Worlds, wasn't she? When she ended up with a bronze, I think.
And what's always interesting about the women's discus is that people can go on forever and ever. Grassu was getting medals back in '95. I think she got silver at the Worlds in '95. So that's a long period of time. So that's one event where you can really go on forever. What else was on tonight?
We had the women's 10,000 metres.
Oh, Abel Agassi
got
her gold.
She just ran away with it. You know, halfway through, I think she decided, okay, I'm having this. So she ran and she won. There was no real competition, was there? Vita, you could tell, a few laps out, Vita was not going to set up a bronze, was she? She got gold last time, so she knuckled down and she was going to take Jessica Augusta, which she managed to do. So
once again, it was a good race, and well, not a race, but it was a good spectacle.
And the crowd really got into it. Standing ovation when she finished, wasn't there?
It's nice. And then you had the women's long jump, which for me was a bit disappointing because the distances were respectable.
Really, not just respectable, they were really good. In this day and age, the women's long jump has kind of declined somewhat distance-wise, hasn't it? We had 292s and 87, I think, got the bronze medal, which is really high standard for this
But from a spectator's point of view, in the stadium, it was impossible to see. It was right the other side of the stadium, which is fair enough, because there's obviously the crowd that side. But there was no communication, there was nothing on the scoreboards, you couldn't see what happened.
The last thing I saw was Nelly Gomez went into the lead at 92. As far as I knew, that was still the case, and then suddenly she wasn't the winner. And to be fair,
I don't know who won.
Who on earth won? What was her name? Latvia, Lithuania? I think her name began with an R.
I mean, we expected maybe Latvia to get a medal, but not.
And the thing is, this says something which is great for her, but we're like hardcore athletics fans, and I don't know who that woman was. So best of luck, lady, whoever you are. Well done. I'll look you up tomorrow.
It wasn't just about finals, so there were some really good qualifications as well. The men's 1500 is a Brits versus the Spanish.
Looks like it.
And we're British, so we're happy that they all got through. But I've never seen British people run with such good tactics. Ever. British men are notorious for their terrible tactics. Ours were great today, so fingers crossed for tomorrow. But
the Spaniards. And Reyes Estevez arrived out of nowhere. Who knew he was even here?
He didn't know Matey Martinez because she came yesterday. Everyone was like, oh, well, she's just in the team because she's Spanish. Both of them are medal shots.
Be afraid.
Women's 400 hurdles was great.
2 Brits in the final.
And Antioch looks the class of that field.
Antioch looks the class of the final.
And my money's on her, I hope.
Me too.
And there was also the
women's 400 semis. Or I say semis, it was a heat straight into a final. You got into the final of the European Championships with a 52.34. That's like a British final, isn't it? It's really shoddy, to be fair. It's kind of gone from the sublime to the ridiculous in some events here. The very fact that we've had quite a few events that have gone straight from heats to a final, I think is a really poor turn of events, you know.
Because it only would take a few countries to have 3 people in. I mean, it looks like a lot of people haven't entered the full amount of people. It's a bit disappointing for the European Championships.
But let's end on a high note.
Well, I was going to say the crowd tonight was great.
Much better than before.
The stadium was full. I know a lot of people had a really good time tonight, and it's only going to get better throughout the week, especially when Spain start winning some medals.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were you going to say?
That was more or less it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
we're finished.
Something like that.